You can leave now, dude.
Did he hit record yet? Oh, you did? Oh, guys, wow. What a good way to start the show. Welcome to The Struggle with Candice Thompson. I am Candice Thompson. You can find me on social media at Jokes by Candice on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on my website, CandiceThompsonComedy.com. And if you are new to The Struggle, what we do is we have guests come on and talk about all the struggles of being an adult because they are endless. We find ways to laugh at them. So to get started, I'm going to introduce my lovely co-host. You guys know him as Mal Hall.
What's up, everybody? It's Mal. It's a new Tuesday. Check out my website, malhall.com, at social media, at Mal Hall, and Mal Hall TV on YouTube.
Why did you lose? You lost all confidence.
I lost steam. I don't know.
And confidence. You just sounded like you didn't believe in your websites anymore. You just was like, you can...
I delivered it. Follow me. Who's our guest, Candice Thompson?
Oh, I'm so excited to have this lady on with us today. We've got the very extremely hilarious and talented Simone Shepherd with us today.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Simone Shepherd in the building.
I'm so excited. We go.
You don't know who I am? Check me out on social media everywhere. Simone Shepherd, at Simone Shepherd on everything.
On everything. You heard her. Simone, you and I go way back.
We do.
I don't think people know our history.
Wow.
We got to know each other on
2007.
In 2007 on a little show on BET called Hell Date.
The show haunts me. It just will not go away.
Wait, are you serious? Do people still talk about it?
Yes, all the time.
What the fuck? Nobody's talking to me about my episode.
Listen, all the time. All the time.
We were on an episode together.
Yes.
We had to play best friends who were competing for a dude.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah,
I try to push it out of my... Listen, I'm going to show you a DM that I have.
From like yesterday?
No, like in South Africa. They just started running it, and they're sending me all these DMs of people.
Wait.
I don't even know if I can still open it, though, because you know how you press the button play?
Yeah.
And I might not be able to play. But yes, people send me pictures all the time.
Wait. So South Africa, are they on a decade delay? Because
I think so.
How is this possible that they're just showing a show that is a decade old? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly. And I'm trying to figure out how do they still know that's me? It's like the moment that you realize good black don't crack is a problem because I still look the same age.
You look exactly the same.
Hair.
You look exactly the same.
Y'all petty. Stop bringing up Hell's Date to me on the street. Stop being so petty. We get it. We know I'm her. But can I live in my new glory?
Like, I remember you from. That's gonna be.
Let me live in my new glory, y'all. When y'all see me,
we all have our skeletons. Like,
What, was the episode crazy?
keep going there. Didn't I just say? Okay, but go ahead.
I'm just curious. I never saw it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Was the episode crazy?
No, it wasn't crazy.
Okay,
it just
cool.
fit the tone of the show of what it was. I didn't think anything. It was what it was.
Yeah.
It was BET show. You know,
It was BT.
Okay.
it was
You know?
BET.
Gotcha.
And
Say no more.
I'm just happy because I met so many people through that show that I'm like still super cool with.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so true. And I will say this. BT was a blessing because.
Something no one's ever said before, just FYI.
Exactly. So I just had to let me
Pause.
say it one more time. BT was a blessing because I feel like, if you're black, at some point you have to grace BT. It just happens in the universe. It's the law of gravity. It attracts you to BT. So I got mine out the way.
It's
Twice. But BET is a blessing.
BET is a blessing because for a lot, black people, and we know that the opportunities are not as plentiful. So it's like if that's needs to be a platform where we start, maybe that's not where we want to finish, but if that's where we start, then that's fine.
You know what, BET, y'all keep being blessings to so many people.
I think that's what the B stands for, is blessings.
Yes.
Blessings, entertainment, and television.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, I'm gonna
what's your
talk about my struggle really quickly. It's not a big one because I complain about social media all the time. And I'm sure you get this all the time. Mal, you've probably experienced it as well. But the people that follow on social media and then unfollow you and then follow you back and then unfollow you, and they're basically trying to get you to notice that they're following you so that you follow them back. Mm-hmm. And I have strong feelings about this. Because if you want me to follow you, first of all, if I wanted to follow you, I'd follow you.
Right.
Just know that. Just know that. You don't have to keep showing yourself to me so that I see you, because I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
So why do you feel the need to keep, it's so passive aggressive, and it's just a way to like, why do you feel like I have to follow you? I follow who I want to follow. So you're kind of bullying me into following you.
I don't understand that at all.
Why do you want somebody to follow you that you are not, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want to follow you, does that make you feel better now that I am following you to force me into it? That should make you feel better.
I follow people on Instagram because I think their pictures are cool. Like, genuinely, that's why I am on Instagram initially, is because I like photography. And now it's like, I had a comedian, a dude, message me, hey, can you follow me? I just started my Instagram. Can you follow me? And I was like, okay, cool. And then he like posted way too much, and none of the pictures were cool, and I just didn't want that in my like. I don't want to see shitty pictures in my feed, so I unfollowed him.
And
he had so few followers that he noticed that like I didn't like I unfollowed him.
Now.
So he then texts me, "Hey, why did you unfollow me?" And so I made up an excuse. Hey, somebody else runs my Instagram.
Why didn't you just tell him the truth?
And then I followed it back. And then I was like, dude, I really hate these fucking pictures.
Well, you told him that?
No.
Oh.
I just unfollowed him again. And then he messaged me and I just didn't reply.
That's becoming common. People hold you hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a common thing. People definitely like to hold you hostage on social media.
It's like,
but fuck them. It's your life, right?
Yeah. Right. But my concern is why you felt the need that you had to lie.
Because I felt like his feelings were hurt.
Well, yeah, but that's on him, not on you.
No, but a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, hey, your pictures suck.
No, you don't have to say that, but like, you doing that, like, now is enabling his behavior, which, like, there's a nice way to say, like, yo,
I don't want you in my feed.
I just wasn't vibing with, he's a complete stranger.
No, he's just a comedian.
So, yeah.
No, he's a comedian.
Oh, he's a comedian?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But one that you're going to see regularly or have to work with?
Just follow him. I can tell by your personality type. Just follow him. It's not gonna hurt you to scroll past his pictures. Right. Just because I can tell that it's gonna give you anxiety when you see him, because he might be the type of person who's gonna confront you every time you do it. Yeah. And you may get tired of that.
But then my problem with that is then they win.
No, but he wins every time he unfollows him and he confronts him and he has to deal with the angst of it. He's still talking about it. Yeah. How long ago was this?
I don't even know.
See, exactly.
Have you lost sleep?
She brought it up, so this is just like a situation like...
Still, but he's winning, so if you follow him, at least you can scroll by it. Yeah. Are you on Instagram that much?
Yeah. No. Yeah, Mal, you post stories all the time.
Well, you might post stories, but do you look at other people's stuff? Exactly. You probably won't even see it.
Right.
The way Instagram's algorithm is set up, you actually don't see things that you don't want to.
Right. Yeah, if you don't search him and then look at his stuff.
You're fine. Just follow him.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's the loser for knowing you don't want to follow him.
And making him.
And still
exactly.
So that's his life.
I felt more sad for him when he messaged me twice.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not here for that. I'm also not here for... How do you guys, since we're on the topic of Instagram, how do you guys feel about someone that you are friends with unfollowing you? Someone that you're legit friends with, and then they unfollow you.
I don't care about any of social media relationship.
But, so if I unfollowed you on social media, I
wouldn't care.
Really?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't ask me, why did you unfollow me?
No.
Really?
I don't check who's following me.
No, but if you knew I unfollowed you, let's say you just found out, you wouldn't have feelings about it?
But I would have to look.
You wouldn't think that's weird.
I would have to go through my followers to find out that you unfollowed me.
Okay, I understand. No, there's an app. I have it.
But if you found out, you wouldn't be bothered?
Yeah, yes you would.
Just say, if you did look.
Yeah, you just found out that I unfollowed you.
I would go, oh, that's weird.
Exactly.
I'd be like, oh, she probably doesn't like my pictures of whatever the fuck I take pictures of.
You wouldn't take offense to it. Okay.
I would. I've actually had friends unfollow me.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
No. Be honest. Be honest.
I don't give a fuck who follows me or who I follow. The only person who I would get offended if they unfollow me is Rihanna. Because seriously. In some deep part of my soul.
You have a connection with her?
Not just a connection, but in some deep part of my soul, if I'm being honest and transparent. It gives me value.
And it should.
But maybe like in the grand scheme of like how much I value myself, it's like only like No one would notice the difference but me.
Yeah.
Of course, but no, that's a huge look. I could lose all my followers, and if I just had Rihanna as a follower, I've won.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, so that's fair.
I think people on Twitch much. You know what? Let me tell you something about Instagram what people don't realize, because I actually know the inner workings of the system. It can be deep, like people are unfollowing you, and it could be as simple as I've had times where I've unfollowed people by accident because sometimes the algorithm or something will snap it off, and it usually happens when somebody like blocks you or unblocks you, but sometimes it just does that.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a friend the other day. I'm gonna tell her to listen to this too. I have a friend the other day who was over my house, and she thought I unfollowed her, but I requested her, and I thought she never just accepted my request. So she never said nothing. She was feeling some type of way for weeks. And I said, when I noticed it, I was like, bitch, you ain't said my friend. I ain't say that. I was like, but I was thinking she ain't said my friend request, but she was the one that said, you ain't following me. I was like, you ain't even accept my request. And so we talked about it, and she was offended because she thought I just blocked her or didn't unfollowed her. So that's why you gotta have communication.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm in your pending file, girl. You gotta go through there.
I've been in your pendings for 3 months.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
But honestly, I don't I have friends that I'm friends with in real life that I don't follow on Instagram. So it's not like I follow because of my, we're personal friends and you have Instagram. Now I need to follow.
Not everybody is even active on Instagram and social media, but I'm just saying it's weird to me if we are friends and then you were following me and then you unfollowed me and we're still like really good friends. Like that's weird to me.
You don't want to just ask because maybe they were on your page and accidentally. What was their reason?
He just said, I didn't find your post entertaining.
It sounds like, why can't he just not find your post entertaining?
Well, and he can. I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
Were you offended by that?
I was offended because, again, he's a close friend. I was like, I don't follow my friends here on social media to entertain me. Like, I follow them because they're my friends.
Right. Oh, so you told, what did he feel about that?
He just called, like, you're crazy and I think this is stupid. We're friends in real life, so what difference does it make if we're friends on Instagram?
See, this sounds like a relationship, right? Because you guys are speaking different love languages. You sound like you care about it. He just doesn't. So Instagram, you said you don't follow people on Instagram you just follow your friends because you're your friends, not because you want to see them.
I have no expectations.
He may only be on Instagram to look at,
and that's fine.
Not because he feels like my friends are my friends. So.
Yeah, and that's fair. And so I unfollowed him too.
There you go. That's petty.
What? Because Petty LaBelle, right?
Yeah, Petty
Am
LaBelle.
I right? We're just talking about petty lives, and I'm here for it. All right, enough about that. Mal, what's your struggle?
My little brother's my roommate, and he's the clean one, and I'm the dirty one.
Yeah.
And so in the last month, I've slept at home 3 times because I've been on the road. And then I got back, and he had basically purged the house of all the stuff that he thought was like didn't mean anything
To him.
To him. The clutter.
Just throw out Mal's underwear. This doesn't mean anything to me.
He threw out all the clutter.
And you didn't throw him out?
No.
Right. He would have been like Carl, what's his name? Jazzy Jeff on Fresh Prince.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm fine with most of the shit that he threw away, but like, since I travel a lot, like when I go to bars or restaurants and they've got like pint glasses and I like really like the city or like that place, like I'll steal the pint glass and then I have that as my memento. So like in my cupboard, I used to have all the cool places that I've been around the country.
He's trying to keep you out of jail.
And then he threw... He got rid of the evidence.
Yeah, that's all that was. Come on. Y'all need to open up your perspective. Sounds like he's trying to save you.
Good looking out, Mahira. See?
I was like, where's all the pint glasses? And he was like, I donated them to Goodwill. I was like, why?
Why would you try and help?
I didn't think those meant anything. Bro.
Did you ask? You could have texted
one.
me.
There's,
you could have texted
He did not ask. I just showed up from being gone for 3 weeks and the shit's gone. Yeah.
You want these?
That's it.
Right.
So now we're not talking in the house.
Well, you haven't spoken since you've been back.
The house is super uncomfortable right now.
But to be fair, it was never comfortable before.
No.
Like, they don't really like each other.
There's too many apps for me to be comfortable talking.
Why is he living with you?
Because we both don't have enough money to live on our own.
I know, but y'all can find other people to live with.
That's true. It's probably going to happen soon.
Yeah.
That is
true.
true.
And that way y'all can be brothers.
Well, they still won't like each other.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, then even better.
You don't have to deal with it on a daily basis.
Totally.
Because it's that negative energy.
Yes, and listen, we're grown. We put ourselves in the positions that we want to be in.
Yeah.
like we're already working against so much in life.
Yeah.
Why put yourself in a position where you're coming home
Angry.
and putting yourself through the same thing? Just to come home and be able to rest your mind.
Preach.
Okay?
So
think about that.
Yeah.
Cool. So
And
I just
Mahira, if
moved
you
out.
listening to this, Mahira, if you're listening to this, your shit's gonna be on the porch when you like you're just, seriously, I do. You should rectify that situation because
It's going to be hard as soon as you say it.
Yeah.
But y'all will get over it.
Right.
here
It'll
I am
pass.
preaching, but I have the same issue.
Listen.
Except mine's not my roommate.
Yeah.
What's yours?
You know the person I live with, but he gets. I didn't tell you who moved in.
No. I don't know what's going on.
Another cast member,
Ooh, which one?
Pedro.
Oh, hey, Pedro.
He doesn't listen to this. I hope he doesn't. I be talking so much shit.
Pedro be listening. How you been, Pedro?
He's gonna text you right now.
I know.
I'm good. Like, how did you hear this? It's not live.
Okay, so what's the hard part, though?
It's just, we have differences of, he smokes weed all the time. So
I
the
like to smoke weed.
I smoke weed too,
Yeah.
but not all the time.
in the
So
place.
his it stinks and
got you.
and then it seeps out into the rest of the house and not just
Right.
into his bedroom. And then now and also just like right now, this is real. He owes me money from last month. Because I paid the utilities and that shit needs to be on the first of the month.
Right.
This is what, because I've already started paying for the shit for this month. So
Yeah.
I need this now. It's now the 5th day of the month? Still don't have it.
You need to be making plans to move.
Oh no, I already am.
Okay. because
Well, I can't. I just need to make plans to get him
to get him out, yeah, because you
my
don't
place
know
is
when
rent
he's-
controlled.
Okay, you don't know when he's going to pay you.
Oh no, he will. He will. He's never
But you
not
shouldn't have to
paid
do it.
me.
Grown
But
people
I should. I know. I
shouldn't
agree.
have to live like that.
I know.
There shouldn't even be a rift in your friendship or relationship because he hasn't paid you. It just shouldn't be. To me, I just feel like people should take care of their household first. And I get
Yeah.
it. I've been in very tough positions. I've been homeless, broke, and all that in Los Angeles. But as an adult, we got to learn to communicate. Right?
Absolutely.
It takes time. But,
It does take
And everybody
time.
wants to feel comfortable in their own space. And another thing we got to realize, too, when we're in this position that we need roommates because financially we need roommates.
Right.
We got to realize that the other person probably feels the same way, doesn't want a roommate. We both don't. We both want to be grown, live as grown-ups, how we want to live.
Right.
So it's a compromise. It's hard. We have to realize that we're doing this because we're saving money for no other reason.
Yeah, but it's like, how many times can you have the conversation of like,
But whenever you have roommates,
yeah,
it's going to be hard. Unless you are living in a mansion or a house by yourself that you want. I have a whole man I live with, and it's harder.
it's the worst.
It's even worse.
Men,
Yeah.
you guys are so
even worse.
nasty.
Because
Y'all
at
are so
least-
nasty.
At least y'all paying half. Like my situation, I make good money, but my guy makes way more, so that's
Yeah.
his house.
Yeah.
It's my house too.
Right,
but
right.
Then I'll be like, you gotta clean everything, and he like, oh, but I be paying all these bills though. You can't.
Yeah.
You don't want that. That situation is hard too. So it's always finding compromises.
Right.
You always have to find compromise.
Damn it, Simone.
It's the
You and
truth.
your reasoning skills.
Yeah.
We didn't come here for this.
I'm sorry.
She just sunned both of us.
I'm not trying to fix y'all lives.
She was like, be adults, you
Ayanla out. I'm watching way too much Ayanla.
I
Move out,
love
bro.
Did you
Okay.
see the episode of Iyanla where she had, who was it? Some chick from a reality show?
I don't be really watching it.
Yeah, no, I don't watch. I just saw a clip of it.
I saw the one she was dealing with the men who got out of prison. That was a good episode. But yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
I didn't see that one. I've seen like 2 episodes. One was with the woman with a really fat ass. She
Okay.
got the ass injections that went awry.
Oh.
And then caused her to have like an autoimmune disease because
What
of
show
it.
is this?
Iyanla Fixed My Life. You don't know about Iyanla Van Zant? Okay, Mal.
It's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
I knew you was mixed, but I didn't know what kind of mix. Now,
Dang.
Now I
okay.
do.
Okay.
I mean,
How dare you?
you ever when you see ethnically ambiguous people? I mean, you are one too.
I am one
but,
too. You look like
I
one
know-
too.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Well, just for y'all, for the
Absolutely,
record,
you could be ethnically ambiguous.
maybe, but according to Ancestry DNA, I am 87% African. So.
Okay. Okay.
Not that ambiguous. But no, but seriously, you wonder and then you gotta listen and you find out. And, Ayanla is like I'm sure you don't care about a black card, but you wouldn't have it because
Iyanla.
You wouldn't know.
He's half Japanese. He was
That's
raised
okay.
by a Japanese mama.
That's okay because I'm gonna teach you. We gonna learn.
We're gonna have the next session will be Iyanla. We'll
It's
actually
your
have
fault,
Iyanla
though, 'cause
on.
He should know. You can't.
He's not
be
my
around
man.
it. No, but he's your friend.
You right.
Yeah.
My black
gonna
card
come-
has been
you're gonna-
taken many times.
Yeah. Oh, I've
she's
snatched
gonna-
it. Snatched
listen.
it. Not just taken, snatched.
No, you have an obligation to help him get it back.
Damn it.
And not take it. Next time she tries to take it, say, no.
Yeah.
Teach me.
Figure out a way to get it back,
You
Candice.
gotta teach me, not take it.
You never had one.
You hate
Well, you are his friend. Help him get one.
All right, you got to come over. I guess the first thing we need to do is
It's
have a marathon.
Okay.
A marathon of Iyama.
You are
sessions.
exactly who you should be. It's the truth. It's the truth.
That is facts.
She just sunned you.
But
Give
wait.
me my black card back.
But wait, we have to get into Simone's struggle.
Oh, yeah.
we went way long on our struggles, and you've been schooling us. All right.
Whose podcast is this?
Right?
So let's get into what is bothering Simone. What she been struggling with.
Okay. So I guess my biggest struggle in life as a woman, as a black woman,
Yeah.
as a woman who, you know what, this is how I do it. I'll talk about a story about my neighbor. I have a neighbor who lives below me. She's an African-American woman. I'll say that. She's a black woman who's from New York. She's a short, natural haircut, brown-skinned woman. I think that she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knows that she's a beautiful woman because of how she acts. But we've been neighbors for a while, and she's a nurse. She lives in a small one-bedroom apartment behind my building. I had the whole top apartment, right? And no big deal, never was an issue until I started noticing. Every time she sees me, like do something little, like I parked in a driveway to pull my stuff upstairs. It's a duplex. We share a driveway to get to our garage. She would say stuff like, always doing ghetto shit.
Because your car is in the drive?
Okay.
Oh, no.
And then it would continue to go on. And like one time she asked me to move something, came knocked on my door, and I was like, okay. She said, I thought we agreed, but look at you. You want to be ghetto. Okay.
What?
I said, why you keep saying that? She said, well, because I am from the ghetto, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I have no qualms about that. She says, I got 2 degrees. I ain't got time for this, right? But you're talking to me like you be saying I talk, and I don't have a problem with popping my neck or having an attitude I talk. I do big deals, multi-million-dollar deals where I talk just like this in meetings, and nothing affects that because my intelligence has nothing to do. I have a degree too.
Right.
There's nothing to do with it. And just if we look at life, who's winning in life? Bitch, me, not you. But you think because I'm ghetto and I look a certain way and my boyfriend has been in prison and he's, drives a certain car, lives a certain way, we look that you think that we're just so hood. Listen, bitch, what are you doing for the struggle for the people?
Right.
I'm actually out here living this life in the trenches. I'm the one who pulled myself up out the ghetto, living out here my best life. So I hate when black people look at other black people and make a determination based on who they are. I mean, I kind of did it in a moment, but I just try to give you your black card back. But I'm just saying, like, look
That
at
was
me.
all in fun.
No, yeah, it was all in fun, but just on some real shit, like, look at me or anybody else and determine the way I move or the way I look or the way I talk or the way I speak or the way I think has something to do with, like, and me being from the hood is a problem. To me, it's an asset.
Absolutely.
But because of the way I think and the way I am. So I have a problem with these uppity-ass black people who ain't got shit. I'm just being real. Judging other black people, getting it any way they can. Get it how you live. The amigos, I don't give a fuck if you can't understand what they saying. Them young brothers came from nothing. And them young brothers are doing something, not just making money, but they're running a company.
Right.
Like, we gotta look at people like our idols need to be, I always looked at people like Tina Fey, who I adore.
Yeah.
She's someone who I look up to. I really do. But as a black woman and how I wanna run my company, it only makes sense for me to look at someone like Master P, who is running his company a lot like how me and my boyfriend are running ours.
Right.
You know? So we need to look at people like that and really look at what they were able to accomplish and not look at how they did it, but look at what they were able to do.
What they're doing currently.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and then we also can't look at other black people like a Donald Glover.
Right.
Who I'm getting tired of black people judging.
Right.
Because as soon as he was given the opportunity, he did nothing but hire black people.
But black people, right.
Because we can't judge how his upbringing and how his life got him to where he is, because he is who he is. And black women, we don't like him. Yeah. We ain't never looked at Donald Glover like, oh, we want you.
Exactly.
Let him be with the Asian women and the white women who want him.
What is that the only, because I've been trying to do some research as to what black people, what our problem is with Donald Glover, but the only thing I come across is really just that white woman.
Listen, let me tell y'all got to understand something about this. So I've been able to sell a lot of projects lately based on this one fact, that Black women are the largest consumers in the United States and in the world, you know? So the Nielsen report came out showing that we spend 85% higher than any other community in the world when it comes to everything. We are the highest consumers. Black women from the ages of 18 to 46 are the biggest consumers. So there's going to be, before they knew that, but there was no real, numbers to prove
Statistics,
that.
right.
But now they have the statistics to actually prove it.
Yeah.
And no one's running from it. That's why you're seeing everybody make these Black divisions of their company or give, money to that's why there's a shift happening. So in this shift, they're looking for ways to capitalize. And so Black women knew their power, though.
Yeah.
So they're voicing it. But the industry and everybody else higher up knows that, too. And it's saying, be careful what you say to them because they're very powerful, right? So since we know our power and we have a platform, they're speaking out. Now, Black women, we got to think about this, though. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of times we be right. We should not be listening to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Ever since 12. I mean, he was trying to tell us back when he was with Aaliyah. He married her.
We knew who he was.
Made her write an album called Age Ain't Nothing
But a Number.
His name is the Pied Piper. That's our fault. That's on us. Right. But Donald Glover, y'all didn't even know who he was until Redbone.
Right. Nobody watched him on Community. That wasn't for us.
No, they didn't even know. Listen,
right.
When he's, the realest thing he ever said was, when he did his monologue for SNL, he said, white people, this is what I've done. It was a laundry list. When you got to Black people, he said Atlanta, and he said Redbone.
Yeah.
Two things. Two things that we do consider his genius. But we can't talk about how he got there. The message in This Is America was so powerful. We can't let anybody diminish it by his lifestyle or what he chooses. We didn't choose him, but he's still a Black man.
Right.
And the woman he chooses is a part of his struggle. He ain't sitting up here choosing that white woman and then talking bad about us Black women.
No.
Now, there are Black men who do that all the time, who be posing with Black women, but be talking shit about us and don't like us anyway. But I gotta say something to a man who's building us up, like the show that you're hiring, nothing but strong Black actors.
Yeah.
I mean, these are like Juilliard.
Yeah, trained.
Trained.
Yep.
Very experienced. The writers, the choices he's making, the things that he's doing with his art. So that's what it says. How can you impact your community with your gift? With his gift, he's blessing the community. We ain't got nothing to do with who he chooses to lay down with.
Right.
Are you teaching your children that? I gotta believe he is, because that's what he's putting out in his art.
Right.
So, yeah.
Damn.
My 2 cents.
Damn.
My 2 cents.
We got deep on this episode.
I didn't mean
this is what happens. I love when
that was like the perfect way to articulate it, because I feel like I go through the same thing
struggle.
except the opposite way.
Right.
Like, Black people that are more hood than me judge how I deliver my comedy and just sit there and stare at me and like don't acknowledge that it's funny just because I don't talk a certain way.
Right.
And so it's like the same thing. It's like
you see when I walked in, I said you were funny. I do acknowledge you're funny. This is what we have to understand. And I'm a creative, and I watch all things. Like, I watch a lot of content, whether it is live, whether it is film, whether it is anything, internet, all of it. And I can see what's there. Like the film I'm writing right now, only true artists will get when I say it's like, it gives you like an Atlanta Ladybird vibe.
Oh, nice.
Because it's like grounded comedy. But if you don't get that, then you just hear me saying two things that seem completely opposite and not able to see the through line of what makes them very much the same. And what makes them the same is that they're grounded in a perspective. Right? So if I can release my perspective and just say, let me be open to what you're doing, you're funny to me, but it's your perspective.
Right.
And I get that. Now, do I want to say someone like Kevin Hart or, someone else that like a Rel who's living my life, who is actually speaking to my experience? Yes, I may fall out laughing because it's speaking to something in me that I can't, like, that I can't even explain, that I've experienced. So it makes it different.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So I don't think, if they could just get to that place, then they will be able to acknowledge that you are very funny.
Yeah.
Your value.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to keep, being honest with yourself, most importantly. Like, you'll find that you already have. You have a decent fan base.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
they're diehard. They're like Mal, and they're not going anywhere. But we need more. I think we need more platforms to showcase different styles of, which is why I think Donald Glover doing Atlanta, that was such a different style of show than Black people had been able to make. Yeah. So it was just kind of like, that was so refreshing to see. And I know that
his work, but see, all the work he did before got him to the position where he was able to do that.
He had to do that stuff.
People judging him before is like, but what did he do when he got all the power, when he got all the say so? You don't understand how much of a fight it is to get what you want. And then there are people who look like they're doing nothing but speaking out for Black people, but in behind closed doors, people
shitting on Black people.
I want to. There's other people with TV shows who won't hire certain Black people because they have their I'm trying to look for the right words without going there. They have to find their payback for feeling rejected by certain Black people. So instead they push back and they do it with their power. And that's
like out of revenge.
Out of revenge. And then when they get in front of public, they say something different.
Right.
So Donald Glover, let's respect the fact that what he's doing behind closed doors is what we're seeing reflected in our faces.
Yeah.
Right. He's not fake. He's not being fake.
That's important, y'all. That's really important.
Super important.
But people, they just assume that he would have been able to create Atlanta 10 years ago. It's like, no, that wasn't the case. It's like you have to pay your dues. Absolutely 100%.
So what's the resolution with your neighbor?
Yeah, what did y'all...
Oh, I moved. I ain't got time for that.
Oh, yeah, that was in the old place.
Let me tell you what the resolution is about life. The resolution is she had a problem with me for being exactly who I am, and she's still living in the same place.
Yeah.
I embraced who I am, was who I am, live my best life, and I just keep moving up. Keep leaving those people
Good for you.
That's all you can do.
Good for you.
Behind me.
Yeah.
So Stephanie Samuel on Cloverdale. Yes, your bitch ass, the one who's a nurse with the short hair. She drives a black Audi. When y'all see her out, just shake your head like,
So she had a problem with you guys from just jump? Like there was never like any experiences?
It evolved. You know what happened? I told my landlord this, who's Armenian. Well, it was an Armenian woman. I said, you know what? We were cool, right? Because there was a woman who lived in the building. Okay, so listen. We lived in an area that is being gentrified. It has not been gentrified yet.
Yeah.
But my street just so happened to be one of the very expensive blocks in a neighborhood that is turning over.
Yep.
So the rent is very high, so it's attracting a lot of people. So I had a lot of Asian and Caucasian people as my neighbors. But in my building, specifically, I was there. I was Black. The people who live behind me.
She's still Black.
82% African. Was it 82%? Was that
87.
87, my
Still
bad.
Black. Still Black.
Still Black.
But the people who lived in there below us were not, which was fine. But then as people turned over, the people who came behind me, what's her name? Stephanie, they lived behind us, they were Black. Then there was a vacancy in front of us. Well, over the holiday when I was out of town and Stephanie and her family were out of town, a white family moved in. Well, she came back in January and it was a whole bunch of niggas in the building. Oh. She didn't know. All she kept saying is, their voices are so loud. Their voices are so loud. They're always yelling. They're yelling and they're always saying forceful curse words. So I said, well, we all know this, but the walls are thin in the house.
Yeah.
So the landlord came and she saw the walls are thin. So she was, but they're still yelling. Their voices are just so forceful. Because we have bass in our voices. We know that.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
We know that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So she was getting it from both ends. So at that moment, Stephanie and I had teamed up to make sure that we were clear about what was happening. We knew the woman was being racist.
Of course.
We said something to our landlord together, and she and the woman moved out.
She left?
Yeah, she left. She had to leave. So we worked together on that. Great. Another thing that happened was the woman who lived below us, she called the police on us because our voices were loud.
Serious?
Specifically my boyfriend. Now here's the problem with calling the police on Black people.
Well, we know.
We know. But let's go one deeper. My boyfriend has been out of prison for a long time, but he has 5 felonies, has lived his life, has a great life, makes a lot of money, does outreach, all that, right? But he's a Black man, and you look him up, and he has a record.
Right.
Right? You call the police on him for no reason. It doesn't matter that he's living in a great neighborhood, spending a lot of money, and that he's well known. That doesn't matter, right?
Not at all.
When you call the police, they come to the door and see a black man and they see a little small white woman and they immediately assume what she said is the truth. So that's my problem. That's why she had to go, and that was my argument, because not only did I have a black man in my house, but so did Stephanie. She is a black man. So in that moment, we were able to team up and realize that the safety of our family was more important than any other issues. But now she's gone. This white woman's gone. It's a black family that lives in there now, right? They moved in. We're all good and on the same page.
Everyone's allowed.
Everyone's allowed. But I hate to say this, yes, our lives are progressing forward. And even as we're living in the same place, and I see Stephanie start having dumb issues. Now you got an issue with stuff you didn't have an issue with before. Okay, fine. That's okay. And I told my landlord, I said, what happened was she decided she wasn't following the black code no more and didn't tell me. Because just like I would park there for a little bit, she would park there all night sometimes, and I wouldn't say
anything
because we was looking out for each other. But she didn't tell me we wasn't looking out for each other. So in that same day, we got into an argument. We're flipping on each other. She calls the police. Now
Bitch, did we have a conversation?
There's nothing worse. Listen. You think it's bad when white people call the police on us? It's worse when we call the police on
your
us.
own.
So she did that, and I said. And I told her, I said, so now I got the same issue with her because and I told the police officer when he came to my door, because trust me, my attorney is one of my best friends. I have to deal with my attorney every day, so I'm always on the right side of the law. So when police came to the door, I said, that bitch, because I can call her a bitch. That's not against me. Behind me is just mad that she's broke. And her life isn't progressing forward. And she did all that, popping her neck and rolling her eyes and ready to fight when y'all weren't there. But I'm sure when she got in your face, she turned
like,
on
I'm an officer.
Oh my God,
the code
they're
switching.
up there acting so ghetto. And I don't have to code switch. I'm an artist. I run my own company. And most of the time people bring me into the office. If I know my information, it doesn't know how I deliver that. And let me tell you who I learned that for. I learned that from watching a lot of big people in the industry. You know, when I worked for 50 Cent, I realized he gets in the meeting, he's the most important person in the room. He doesn't have to change how he speaks.
Right.
And his money is bigger than all y'all motherfuckers. Right. So when you learn that, you realize, wait, I can get my message across without having to be like, oh my God, that's not me. I'm not doing that to make you comfortable. Just like you don't have to get around black people and who are street niggas, like you get around my boyfriend and have to be like, yo, what's up? You shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to do business with him just how you are. So I told that police officer that. I said, she's just mad, and I don't have to do that because I have an attorney who's gonna do all this for me. So give me your card. I didn't do nothing wrong. We know we didn't break the law. We went our way. I called my landlord. I said, listen, I'm gonna go file a restraining order and I'm gonna push this as far as I can, because guess what? I got enough money and a good enough attorney to walk this all the way. And the worst part about it, now your ass is in it, because this is your building. And now the restraining order says she can't be nowhere near me. So every time I see her, I'm calling the police, and you're gonna have that issue. So tell her to leave me the fuck alone, because her degrees made her so smart, she thinks. It gave her placement in life. But it didn't make you smart enough to know that my money gives me more placement in life than you, bitch. So back up. So that's all I'm saying. Let's really recognize where the value lies. I don't like when black people do that, because we should be working together like we did the first time. When somebody was trying to come and come up against us, why are we not working together?
It's so sad.
Not against, and I don't mean that we're working against anyone. I mean working together, not against each other. That's all I'm saying.
I've never called the police in my life.
I did when I had my peeping Tom.
I call the police on white people.
I mean, you should.
I hate to do that.
There's one right now. Let's call
I hate to do that. No. I hate to do that, but I do. Like, if something is about to happen, and I feel like I don't know how the situation is gonna go, just so I'm not. Listen, I will call the police on a white person quick, because when the shit goes awry. You gonna call them on me, and you gonna play victim.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna call them first.
No, if you have a reason to, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Never, of course, the unwarranted cop call. But of course, if someone's doing some shit and you feel threatened or whatever, or they're doing something that's making you uncomfortable, then yes, absolutely. Now, I want to ask you about, and I know this was from a little while ago, but Monique's thing with the Netflix thing. Do you feel like she was out of line with when she called for the boycott of Netflix? And how do you feel about the way that the Black community reacted to her asking for that?
Okay, so I'm going to say this to Black people, period. You cannot wait until you have an issue to bring to the Black community to expect them to support you. We're forever present. We're always paying attention. We're used to looking at being looked over and neglected. We're used to people going to the next level and leaving us behind. Right. That is something that we are accustomed to. We're used to that. So Monique, it don't look no different when you're where you are and then try to look back because now they're wronging you and you want us to rush to your defense. You need more people. You need to go get somebody who really in the struggle to come and fight for you. Go get somebody like a Sean King. Tell him your story. Get him to believe it. Then bring it to the community. You got to do it a different way because all you look like is somebody who want to get paid more. You look like a broke bitch who want money. We're not thinking that Monique still got money or she got whatever. It's your approach when it comes to everything.
Absolutely.
Do I think she deserved more money? Yeah, I do think Netflix could have paid her more and a lot of people more. But guess what? That's just from me being a consumer. But from knowing the industry, I know this. I know Netflix they have money where they'll throw at big stars, Chappelle's, all that.
Right.
That brings the attention. They'll bring the numbers. They have done the research and the analytics to know that Dave Chappelle will bring enough audience. His name and his fan base will bring us enough. They've done the work to know, engage the audience to know that he will bring a lot of streams.
He's a draw, yeah.
Monique, they've done the research. They've imagined that you probably won't do the stream. So what probably really happened was somebody up there was a fan and said, I know we don't got a lot, but Monique is one of my favorite, and I know we can give this $500K to an up-and-coming person, which they should have did. We'll give it to her because people will want to see Monique again, right? So she could have took that, parlayed that, and said, "I need, whatever." Now, when I was fucked up was when I heard Wanda Sykes only got offered. Then I said, "Okay, wait, now they ain't paying you right." Now, had she teamed up with Wanda Sykes and Wanda Sykes came get they playing us, then I've been fighting for you too, Monique. Because based on your resume, based on what you've done, yes, you should get paid more. But you've been there. Ain't nobody seen you around.
Right.
These young kids who are streaming Netflix don't even know who you are, mostly.
Yeah.
So don't get offended. Let's just find a resolution.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like immediate backlash towards her. And even before her story had been told from Black people, I felt like immediately.
Nah, because you got to understand something. You have to be careful what you bring to social media. Listen, we don't have a news. Black people, we don't have news. We don't have anything that directly represents us. Social media is the first time that we've been able to tune in to the content specifically that we want whenever we want it.
Right.
So we've chosen the people that we want our news from. The Shade Room, yes, will allow you to give us our news.
Right.
We believe you. So Monique,
media
if
takeout?
You put something out, not media takeout.
I'm kidding.
We know they're liars. You know what I'm saying? So Monique, if you put something on social media and you make a plea to the people or say something to the people and it's available to be picked up, then that's on you. If you didn't want to be perceived a certain way, then you should have worded it differently. I don't care what y'all say. She came out wrong. Honey's babies, you can try to give us a good read. You gave Charlamagne a good read, and he deserved it. I was happy about that. And I'm not saying nothing negative about him either, but yeah, give him a read. People get reads because he comes at people. Okay. But God damn it, Monique, where was you at? You just now popping your face out. I ain't seen you since Precious. So the last time I remember you was giving your baby up to be raped. So, and now you want to come to me and plead into my heart. She better take that shit to Ayanla. Put it on an episode of Fix My Life. Maybe I'll watch it. I'll watch Fix My Life. I'll watch her tell me on there. Bitch, you better have somebody else bring your news to me a different way.
Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting. And you have to also, take into consideration Monique's history. When the Precious thing happened, the reason why she kind of did get blacklisted in Hollywood was because she was complaining about money back then.
Right.
She was complaining about having to do a bunch of promo for the movie when it's like, you're not paying me to do this. But I'm like, I don't think anybody gets paid.
Well,
That's
listen,
just what you sign up for.
People don't realize that, and this is the thing, Black people, and Monique and everybody else. There are ways to make yourself, to up your value, right? So Monique, you're right. Back then, the way people controlled Hollywood, you had to wait for somebody to let you in the door. You had to ask for money, do certain things and all that. And we all know this, you're only worth as much as your last project.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get paid a lot on your last project, chances are you won't get paid on this. But then when you do a big project like Precious or something, you
And win an Oscar for it.
Yeah, you can start negotiating and doing stuff, whatever. At that point, but you gotta wait then, pass on projects until somebody's willing to pay you what you want. Then you get paid that and hope you get paid it again and
The next
again.
time, yeah.
You know, and you have to be in good spirits and have a good spirit, a good attitude towards stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta, kiss people's ass, because I'm not no ass kisser.
No.
People know that. I have given a lot of very powerful people a piece of my mind. But when it's time to show them respect and when they deserve it, I give it. But when they don't deserve it, I don't feel like nobody can hold nothing over my head, right? So Monique, if you feel that way, then walk away from it.
Yeah.
Walk away from Netflix.
Yeah.
What did Wanda Sykes do? Went on and got money from who was going to pay her.
Right.
Forget them. Let's stop asking these white people for money. Monique, why are you asking people for shit? Go get it yourself. You know what? People wonder all the time. I got a house in Sherman Oaks, living my best life. Me and my nigga, we good. We got a lot. We're very good. And we're not good because we had to wait for somebody to give it to us.
Right. Yeah.
We went out and made our own way. And every day we find new ways to hustle and do it our own way while we parlay everything else. Yeah, we saw a movie. Yeah, we're doing this. That takes time.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're not waiting for nobody to give it. So again, in that Master P mind state, go get it how you live.
Right.
And stop waiting for somebody else to give it to you. So Monique, where's she at now?
Yeah.
What's she doing?
But it's so funny because like what you said, where you were saying about that chick complaining about you being hood and whatever, like that's where you get your sensibilities from. And like that hustle that's in you right now, like that is where that came from.
Right.
And why you are out there busting your ass and getting what you deserve. Yeah. And I'm so proud of you. Like I see Simone getting it. I see Simone getting it. And I'm just
trying to share the wealth because I realize everything's about a mind state.
Yeah.
Everything is about a mind state. You have to decide. You're living in a situation with your roommate, with your brother, that doesn't put you in a good mind state. You don't realize as a black man, whether you mixed or not, as you go into the world, all that will come up against you more, and how having a good mind state prepares you better to handle that and to get everything you want out of your life and to realize your dream. But having that weight, the world is already putting weight on you.
Yeah.
Don't put that extra weight on yourself.
In your home.
Yeah. You too.
No, I know.
Pedro too. He got a weight on him too. That's why he's living like that.
Yeah. No, I know. I got it. I'll be meditating, but I need to take it to the next step. And
Fuck Tony Robbins, dude. I'm fired up right now.
It's hot as hell in here.
Yeah, because Simone.
Motivation. I was like, wait, what did Tony? Yeah, no, you could tell. Well, he's a piece of shit anyway. So yeah, he shouldn't be out there doing what he's doing.
I'm just saying.
You heated.
I'm hot.
I'm over here like I'm fine. I'm comfortable.
I know this is supposed to be all funny, but
no, it's not, girl. I want people to listen to this podcast, and I want them to get the whole spectrum of like from laughs to tears to just anger. Like this podcast is not specifically for comedy.
Thought-provoking is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you accomplished that 100%, Simone.
All right.
This was very...
What time is it? I'm about to hit this traffic.
No. Yeah. Oh, I know, right in the middle.
It's all good.
It is 4:30. I apologize. I apologize about that. All right, well, you guys, thank you for listening to The Struggle. Again, you can find me, Jokes by Candice, on social media and CandiceThompsonComedy.com. And Mel?
MelHall.com, at Mel Hall on all the social media, and Mel Hall TV on YouTube. Follow, subscribe.
One more time for us, Simone. Where can everyone find you?
Simone Shepherd on everything.
On everything. Thanks, you guys, for listening to The Struggle. Once again, if you have listened to this regularly and you haven't subscribed or followed, please go ahead and do that. And if you haven't told anybody that you listen to this podcast regularly, do us a favor and do that. Thank you. Till next time, The Struggle.
Later.
Bye.